studio, but we quickly over. The game has started. Let's just get straight into it. Let's get straight into it, shall we? And my co-caster Scant is also with me, and this time, hopefully, everything is going to be good. Scant, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, XSplit was being a naughty, insolent little child in the other studio and wouldn't load any of the ad videos or anything like that. So obviously, you know, D2CL has to make their money. They've got to play ads for the games. Gotta get things started. So we had to quickly, in the 10 minutes, jump over to the other studio. But we're all good. We're in the game. We're looking pretty happy. Looking pretty happy so far. Kaipi, you mentioned it in Skype, and I'm pretty sure this is their first showing with this roster because they did have a change up. They did have Asuna playing with them. An old friend of mine. I met him on like Arena years and years back, but he was the guy who originally formed Kaipi with a bunch of Lebanese players like Babar and people like that. But they've changed up their roster, brought in Cancel, who I believe is a Romanian like 7k MMR pub player. They've still got Bisa, Buffney, come with me now with them, bo3. But it looks like a pretty strong roster, but is it going to be strong enough against CIS Rejects? That is the question, because they went undefeated for like 8 series straight, and were only toppled by Monkey Business, who honestly look incredibly strong.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter actually just before we started that Come With Me tweeted something about it being their debut, so it definitely is their debut as a squad. I would agree with you about CIS Rejects starting off really well as a team, but I don't know if you saw it. First, you're right, they lost to Monkey Business in the grand finals of the MLG qualifier. But I think yesterday or the day before, they actually lost 2-0 to Lemon Dogs in the Star Series qualifier.
They also got beaten by Aspera, I believe, as well the other day. Can't remember what tournament, but yeah, they've not been on a very good streak recently.
Yeah, so they've been on a bit of a downward slope, and well, we don't really know what to say about KP because we haven't seen them yet. But I think there'll be a lot of fans waiting to see what bo3's got in him. And there was a lot of talk about Bisa. I don't know Bisa too well. According to Join Dota, Bisa is also from the UK. Is that right?
Yes. I believe he still lives in the UK. I'm not sure where he's from originally, but he's played in a bunch of UK tournaments. Yeah. Wait. What, Mike? No sound? Oh, God. How is there no sound? People are complaining.
They can't hear us.
10 seconds remaining.
That's a major issue.
5 seconds remaining.
And the sound works in game.
Reserve time.
So it's somehow just not captured.
It's XSplit on this PC now being a naughty little. Right. I'm gonna have to sort this out somehow. How? Right. Let's see if I change this.
Legion
Great.
Commander.
Absolutely brilliant.
Dire team.
I know that all the sounds working, it's just not going into XSplit for some unknown bloody reason.
Radiant team ban.
I'm gonna have to quickly go and run and find someone, I think. Alright, let me see if I can. Whoa.
Well, I can keep saying things for the people listening in Dota TV so long, I guess. CIS Rejects pick Legion Commander, which is very interesting considering the fact that I think the Dota community as a whole considers that to be a bo3 hero. It's the player we see most playing it professionally, and to have it picked up against him instead of for his team, an interesting one. It's a very good hero to combine with the Wisp and Tiny combo if you want to use the Relocate offensively. Just the way the Batrider used to be used, or Nyx Assassin or Beastmaster, jump into someone, start the duel, relocate on top of them. That's definitely going to be a one duel. Also, Wisp just combines really well with Legion Commander, so it almost makes me think that the Wisp might run to the Legion's lane and help it out at the start, because that can be a scary aggressive duel lane. Kaipi, on the other hand, have the classic Ember Spirit Undying combination, which is a pretty difficult combination to fight up against.
5 seconds.
If you try to kill the Tombstone, then you're tanking Slights as a team, essentially, all together. Not what you want to do. Undying also a pretty good hero against a lineup that has 3 strength heroes so far. If he somehow gets a whole lot of gold and gets that new Aghanim Scepter, spamming decays on multiple strength heroes, it's going to be pretty crippling. It looks like it'll be run as a support, so clear to me that we should expect to see the Aghanim Scepter. But Kaipi, it looks like they're picking one of their 2 farming cores. The secondary one to go with the Ember Spirits, and then Undying Tusk likely to be an aggressive duel lane. Yeah, it's gonna be a Wraith King, so guessing a mid Ember Spirit, a safe lane Wraith King and Lion, and probably that aggressive dual lane of crazy toxicity with the Undying and Tusk. While CIS rejects look like they want to pick up a solo, whether it's for safe lane or mid lane, I'm not too sure. We usually do see a Legion in the off lane, and Wisp will usually be with Tiny, although I said Wisp could join Legion.
10 seconds remaining.
They'll want some kind of solo, maybe self-sufficient kind of hero. Ban the Quap and the Wind Ranger themselves, and the Lina.
Reserve time.
So it does use the options, and they're going to take the Darkseer. So that actually plays the Legion Commander into more of a farming role, Artesa's role actually. So essentially one position Legion Commander should be all lane Darkseer. The Legion will probably start in the safe lane, guessing now with the Witch Doctor. And they'll be running some dual lanes. If you're listening in Dota TV, Dirk is busy trying to figure out why the sound is not working on the stream. And I'm just kind of talking you through what's happening in the game so long for those people who do have the tickets. We were talking before about how Bisa is a player in the UK. I'm not sure if he's originally from the UK, but flag that gets displayed. I think the rest of this new KP team is pretty much all Romanian. One of them might be Bulgarian, I'm not sure which one.
5 seconds.
3 of them are certainly Romanian. So we know Bones 7 Come With Me are, and then one of
30 seconds to battle.
Never refuse gold given. Invisibility. You have been denied. No gold for you! First blood from a stone. Got it. Being snared in fire.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not for you! I'll take that as a compliment.
The bot rune spot, come with me. This Undying, you know, he's been a nuisance. He's caused a lot of pain and troubles for the Radiant side, but he's 0-3-2. He's given a lot of lives away. With Iceberg constantly tossing him back into the tower over and over again.
Yeah, I'd say this is gonna have a Blink Dagger soon. I'm fairly certain that's the build he goes for. No matter which lane we see Legion in, it's pretty much always that Blink Rush. And when he has it, combined with the fact that Vanscore is gonna hit level 6 on Wisp, I think the game could go from bad to much, much worse very, very quickly if Kaipi aren't extremely careful. There's a real potential for snowballing here from the side of CIS Rejects.
Lad's doing behind the tower. Picking up. Yeah, heading through into that Radiant jungle. I mean, can they contest any of these stacks out? They're not massive stacks even from the Wisp either. I don't know who they're looking for, but they're gonna go for a little wander. Do you think Iceberg goes Blink on the Tiny? You know, he saved up a bunch of gold, and if you've got the double Blink from Legion Tiny, you could secure a bunch of duels in a row.
Yeah, I would. I think he should. I think that's exactly the approach they're going to go for, just snowballing hard in this game. And speaking of snowballing, I think Bone7 is looking to do that right now.
I'm the line with him, but Vanscore, life, is it forfeit? He's healing up, always trying to fly, but the cast bouncing. Tombstone's doing a ton, and with the Remnant's back cancel, is going to find another kill. Iceberg focuses down the Tombstone, but still what the hell the damage out. Artez, overwhelming odds, crushes them pretty much. Dual win, slice, down you go. They kill the combo, the Tiny Whisper dead, but oh my goodness, Artez gets his blink and instant 10 damage and 800 gold. There you go. Have it.
Yeah, it's not a good trade. Yet again, every time Kaipi gets something, it feels like they can never get something without paying a price. And honestly, I was just about looking at net worth instead of last hits, but just take a look at the last hits. Have you seen Ember Spirit's last hits?
Oh yeah, it's 14 on 4. He is half odd duel. Is there a duel? Artez? Oh god, he tried. He tried, but it just wasn't there.
I mean, they have one hero that has over 20 CS at 10 minutes. That's
playing the
really,
carry.
really bad. Well, there's an invisible Tiny at the bot lane, and then Come With Me is gonna go down again, I think.
Poor Undying. He's got no items, boots and wand. I wonder what the plan is for him this game. Because, you know, Legion Commander's a pretty good hero up against that Tombstone. We saw it a bunch in the TI5 Chinese qualifiers, where I can't remember who it was, it might have been Wings, someone like that, that was actually picking up Legion Commander to try and actively counter out the Tombstone. With your press the attack speed buff, the steroid you get for hero. To walk up to it and slice it down, you know, short matter of time, honestly.
This just TP'd to the mid lane. I think they want to kill the Ember Spirits, who, despite having no creeps, hasn't actually died yet in any of these fights. But Artez will just, I think, settle for farming a stack, or he looks like he's not sure. Yeah, he's gonna go for the stack. Use that mana. He's brought out the Helm of Iron Will now. So that's interesting to me. Is that gonna be an armlet because his farm is just so good? Or he could go for the Helmet Arm.
I honestly don't know. Like, armlet's a good item on your Legion Commander, it's pretty nice, but like, what would you do with the Helm of the Dominator? Stack up with it? Yeah.
I guess that's always the and it gives you that scaling potential later to get a Satanic and really fight those duels, but it does feel like armlet is more of a Legion suited item, and there's that blink dagger you were discussing earlier on the Tiny as well. So this is where the snowball begins, and I think there's maybe some potential for CIS Rejects overextending, but if they start winning a few little skirmishes, they're just not going to stop at this point.
Keep on
Blink
going.
is not on Tiny yet. It's on the Cray on the way to him.
Oh my goodness. Bone 7. Sure what he's doing in the Wraith Pit, but he's dead. Roshan, are you going to steal his kill? Nope, with a toss out. Another winner for Artez. Double dual damage there. 20. Bonus already up. Now speaking of armlets, Wraith King, he's flying one himself. He's actually got it fully completed. Sending that out to him, so Bisa playing the carry, he's got that armlet done.
That's kind of a throwback, because we used to see Wraith Kings rushing armlets, and these days it's Midas, it's Blink, it's Blade Mail, it's any of those. Armlets is not usually the rushed item on Wraith King. It is a very early battle mode, finish the enemy mode. They're going to actually go for kill with it right now, guards, and I think they get it.
He's taking a ton of damage
Yes.
here from the oh, he's dead. He's actually royally screwed. The Ion Shell creep with the tower aggro. Oh boy. Meanwhile, as we're watching that kill, double kill down on bottom lane.
4 of the relocates, some Blink Daggers. Point 7 going in, I'm not sure about this.
Well, Remnant, cancel. He wants to kill always on a fly. Searing Chains available, holds in Artez, who just TPs himself away. There's a stun. Bisa catches him, and they're going to get another couple of kills here. That's great for them. Picking up both Witch Doctor and your Legion Commander.
Yeah, I think the call is actually very good in retrospect, because Wisp and Tiny had relocated bots and they just jumped back to mid. So I think Bone 7 knew this is an opening to catch stars and have the numbers advantage, and very, very important, as I said, to just put a bit of a roadblock in the snowball that's developing on the Radiant side.
Is under attack.
Question is, where do they go with this now? They like you said, they don't have a lot of farm over on any of these other heroes. Undying. Does he have anything? No, nothing on the courier really, I don't think. Arcane Boots on Bone 7, so I'm guessing utility build out from him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pretty rough if you're not the Wraith King, honestly.
Yeah. Ember Spirits has managed to get a reasonable amount of farm just by making lots of kills. 4-0 and 2. So despite not really having many last hits, staying alive is very important to him at the moment. They'll be able to, I think, catch up if a few fights go well for his team. But I do think the advantage kind of lies with CIS Rejects right now, other than the Wraith King. I mean, Wraith King is difficult for them to deal with. He's got armlets, he's got his ulti up. And they don't really want to fight into him, but anytime they can have a fight where he's not involved, well, always one of Fly's getting caught in the mid lane.
Got the heal on him. Is still gonna go down though, even with that whelming odds, and press the attack out. Bisa held in place, but in comes Iceberg, Avalanche toss, Korea's dead, and so is Come With Me. Snowball back onto Vanscore, and he is obliterated. Kaipi, they've suddenly found their stride, and they're taking one by one. CIS Rejects, they're losing heroes left and right. Here comes the wall though. Vacuum, no, Goretz has already used it, and in they go. Artez clears up house. Reviving Wraith King Bisa, you're stuck. Artez, he's going to turn and fight with the Iron Shell up. He actually gets stunned, and Bisa just wailing away at him, but he's got Illusion, he's got this Undying on him. He's got the Darkseer on him, and he's still not dead. Finally, dropped down by that Iron Shell punch. But again, good trade from KP.
Ember Spirit survives again. It's actually incredible at this point after having no last hits at all really early on. He's really up there in the net worth, close to the top people, just because of that 5-0 and 6 score he's sitting on. And he could look for a full drum now, or alternatively just start going straight into that Battle Fury.
Wow. You look at the gold that Bone7's actually managed to pick himself up. He's not far away from the Darkseer. 2,000 saved up in the bank. And I thought that, you know, Arcane's mech would be his build, but it looks more like Blink Dagger up for him. So they have more of that sustained control.
Get involved in so many fights and not died that many times, so it's going to get you gold. It's interesting to see the build on Buffney actually on the Lion. Pretty old school support build, just stacking those braces, not wanting to get burst down every time Tiny or Legion Commander sees you.
That's the thing, we've seen some pretty major ebbs and flows here, right? CIS Rejects, they're actually still ahead in terms of net worth. Experience, I'm guessing, is a lot closer, yeah. About 0. There's not much in it at all. They're out farming. That's the big thing here. And when you look at their actual lineup and draft, I feel that they scale a fair bit better than KP does. Legion Commander can stack up dual win after dual win.
Lane.
Got it. Bot. Down they go. Remnants across. Always want to fly, but in comes Iceberg. Avalanche, toss, Death Ward, and cancel. No remnants left. With a Legion there, the duel will get taken as well as his Mega Streak. Gold in the bank of Artez.
Yeah, finally they kill the Ember Spirits, and I think it's on the back of a bit of an overextension. Maybe not expecting Always Want to Fly to have so many points in that Voodoo Restoration early on, and actually just struggling to kill the Witch Doctor for a bit too long.
Hey, look at the scaling of CIS Rejects. You know, Tiny Wisp, they are one of those combos that no matter how far ahead, behind, even you are, is always going to have the threat of we're going to jump on you, we're going to trade racks, we're going to rat you out, and make sure that we gain advantages where, you know, other heroes really wouldn't be able to otherwise. But even Darkseer, the Witch Doctor scales well with an Aghanim Scepter, and I'm assuming Staff of Wizardry is going to go into Ags for Always Want to Fly, while Goret's on the Darkseer, with his mech, with his wall, is always going to be incredibly strong. AP, sure enough, they've got Lion with good disables, Wraith King and Ember Spirit, a very good mid-game carries. They pump out a ton of damage and they've got good sustainability and just, you know, the ability to stay in a fight and hold their ground. Do they have enough once it gets to 40 minutes? Because I really see them as a draft that aims to win or pseudo-win, you know, have full control of the game by 25. That's what they're looking at. They want to really demonstrate their prowess by 25 minutes, get the first Roshan, control the enemy jungle, and then try and limit how much space that Tiny Wisp has. Otherwise, their mobility is good. Ember Spirit can jump around, Tusk, snowball you in. Wraith King, Lion, and Undying, without blinks, without mobility items, they are incredibly static.
Yeah, it's tricky, especially because Undying is exactly as you said. Well, Tiny blinks in, Lion cancels his TB. I think he's...
The bracers? Are they enough? No, not with the duel. Not with the duel. Nartez, his armor, he turns to fight. Tombstone is down. Vacuum back into the wall though. Cancel jumps up onto the cliff. Tries to make his escape. Bisa, he has his ultimate. Reincarnation is up. Artez blinking around. The Surge and little Legion Commander trying to escape from this. Ember Spirit, but the fight is on. Visibly press the attack, he's actually going to try and battle through it, cancel. He's walking back into the middle of the enemy, jumps over to Vanscore and will find it with the help of Visa, but here we go. Artez again, jumps forward, duel in 20 seconds, not available just yet, and cancel. Toss, finishes him off with that illusion from the Darkseer wall. Blink and Iceberg, avalanche into vacuum, Visa's dead a secondary time. Pretty much a team wipe. Yeah, Lion managed to respawn. That fight drag out so long.
That snowball we talked about, I mean, it started a bit late, but it's happening, and I was going to say before the fight broke out, the one thing that's tricky is I think that Ember Spirit gets very, very farmed. I don't actually think CIS Rejects lineup is that good at containing Ember Spirit if they're not dueling him. Or speaking of duel, Lion is going down again. Brace is not going to do the trick here.
maybe the third one will help, because he's buying a third one actually. Come with me. The Wisp Orbs. Decay. Gonna be enough. Doesn't look like it. Mech will be though. No, not quite. bo3 did go for the mech, but Vanscore relocate away to safety, and that's it. You're not gonna see them again for a long time.
The very big problem for Kaipi is this Undying. I mean, the 0 for 9, come with me, Undying. It's just it wants to have the opposite kind of game. It's not a hero that's very good at fighting back from behind when it gets far behind. It wants to be the aggressor, group up with its team, force the fights, and right now, Come With Me kind of has to be scared of these fights because he can just die so easily, so squishy, and he's, by the way, he's also building mass braces. And the Undying.
Bracer Undying? Oh boy. Oh, Bisa, what have you got? 3,190 gold. It's gonna be the Radiance build? But there's plenty of right clickers out there, you can even evade out that Death Ward attack, so Radiance wouldn't actually be bad. It's a little bit off the regular Radiance build though, you know, usually you see the treads, wand, drums, into the blade mail, and then Radiance, Mjolnir, something like that, but this way, with the armlet, gave him a ton of early fighting power, which is definitely to use. Artez, you've been seen, they know you're there, but do they know the rest of the team's coming? Iceberg and Vanscore are right behind him, and KP walks straight into them! With this Aghanim up on Iceberg, slam, bam! Thank you, man, Lion's already gone, cancel now caught. Next to Artez, he can't armor plug, but just has to stick charges, spam pings. They're spam pinging Artez, he needs to die, but he's not gonna! With the duel out on to Come With Me, no more decays, no more florets, no more anything. Winner over to Come With Me though, as Bisa comes in, slices him down, the Death Ward's out, Come With Me dead, but the rest of the fight continues on. Wisp is gone, the Tiny is left alone, he's being kited, Bisa, he's got Reincarnation, he might drop a first time hit, the Snowball coming in, he'll save him. Bisa now, Reincarnation slows them down, Cancel has the Searing Chains, and they're looking to continue. bo3 finally dies, but always on a fly. He is meeting his maker here. Voodoo Restoration is going to save you. They're backing themselves up and running away. And Cancel, he's actually trying to escape from Iceberg, who has full HP and enough mana for his Avalanche Toss combo. bo3, I'm not sure about this, my friend. You've got no escape. Even the Finger of Death's not going to get you a kill. Lion, see you, buddy.
Yeah, and Witchdock's Voodoo Restoration, honestly the MVP in that fight. Just like, used his entire mana pool essentially. He threw 1 or 2 stuns and ulti, but he used the vast majority of his mana pool with level 4 heal, just constantly keeping his team up. And it looked like with the Legion going down really early that maybe KP actually win the fights. Red King stored ulti, but that Voodoo Restoration just stopped them from actually bursting anyone down.
I honestly don't know what's going on in these fights.
Or
like,
top lane, there's going to be a duel attempt, I think.
Cancel. Hides himself. Always on a fly, has Aghanim Scepter. This Witch Doctor is 2, 2, and 13. Aghanim's fully completed 22.5 minutes into this game. Then you've got Blink, Drums, Hyperstone with your Aghanims over on Iceberg's Tiny. Vanscore, what do you actually have? Glimmer Cape, so you've got some decent utility there. Blink, Duel, bo3, Blade Mail Artez, back into wall. Winner, chicken dinner. Beast is also caught, and with no ultimate. Healed up by Come With Me, Snowball back in. The Tombstone is stacking up the zombies actually here, looking for the turn back. Magoras has already finished it off with a Luigi Death Ward bouncing around onto everybody. Come With Me and Cancel. You trapped the Ice Shards, a cage of your own team's design, and that's a full-on team wipe. CISR Rejects don't lose a bloody thing, and they're going to get a tier 2 on top, and then probably go into Roach Pit.
Yeah, it's looking very, very bad for Kaipi. I still genuinely believe that if Ember Spirit could somehow instantly double his net worth, they got a good shot, but there isn't a way to do that, is there? I mean, can you see CISR Rejects just eating the Ember Spirit a rampage? I don't know how it's possible.
Battle Fury 23 minutes in, he was looking good for a period in the game, but this is the thing with Tiny Wisp, you lose a fight outside your base, and that's it, like, your racks are just straight up dead. Artez wants to go diving in for more, he's hexed up there by bo3, and okay, but Avalanche charges duel, ready, there we go, easy damage out for Artez. What the hell are they chasing now? Who are they looking for? bo3, snowballed up. What a turn is that? Vacuum from Gorath, Fist is, you know, decent, but it's just not got any damage to it. It doesn't pack a punch at all. GG's already called, 24 minutes in. CISR Rejects. It looked a little bit shaky. 15 minutes in, you know, the Snowball, the Tombstone, things were getting a little bit hairy, but in the end, I just brute forced that one.
Just look at the the kill score. It kind of tells you where the snowball started. That mid lane where the Undying was facing up against the Wisp and the Tiny with his Ember Spirit. Look how many kills Tiny ends with and how many deaths Undying ends with, and it's kind of like the two opposite ends of how the snowball grew.